Alright, and this is Too Young! With this lemon guy who should have been really annoying really fast, but I was shocked I was actually really laughing at him. Which is so hard to do, to make something where it's like there's that much yelling, and it's so long, it's just but it's very hard to balance that. They do a surprisingly good job with it. Though I can totally see how someone can be really annoyed by it. But, like, I thought it was funny. I really enjoyed it. But this focuses on Finn and Bubblegum. Bubblegum, the first episode dressing after, you know, she lost some age. And they're both the same age. And because she's too young, this, what's he called? Lemon
Grab.
The Lemon Grab comes in as this really loud creation that she made, and he assumes the throne because she's too young, and he's a tight ass and puts everyone in prison for like millions of years and stuff. And so I was gonna say Finn and Jake. Finn and Bubblegum got. You know, I'll get to that in a second, though. They do sort of act like, you know, Finn and Jake and how mischievous they are, and, you know, and they're trying to pull pranks and stuff like that. And they get thrown in prison, and so the only way to get around it is that she has to put the age back on, and they do it through some sort of, was it ageology, or what did they call it? Something like that. And they take a bunch of the candy put together, and only, like, a big hug can get her back to 18. And she gets back to 18, and she's not interested in Finn, and...
So 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's so 5 years ago, which is a good line. And Jake is like, you know, oh, you gotta be persistent, and Finn's like, okay, I'll be persistent. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's like, I really understand what you were saying now, because her at 13 was great!
Yeah.
And I was like, oh
Yep.
my god, I'm really gonna love this new Bubblegum. Like, this is really great. And one episode she goes back, and it's like, it's so strange because they say everything about what's wrong with her being that age, and why her staying this age is good, and then she just goes back to that age, and I'm like, dude, they should have just kept her at that age. And Finn was having fun, and there was actually, like, a legit, you know, romance happening. She was doing stuff, you know, and she was part of the adventure and stuff, and it's like, yeah, I'm just like, they should have kept her 13. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but, or if they are going to have something more fun with it, but it's like, now I really sympathize, because she was so much more fun when she was his age. So... yeah, I want something to blow her up again so she can go back to that age.
I think it was disturbing when all her candy people were like, here, take a piece of me.
They're all so happy to do so.
And then Finn has to lick them to put them together. It was...
It's all for love.
Well, for one, I love the fact that when, you know, Finn is all upset that Peebles is going to be turning back to 18. She's saying, it's nice to be a kid again. She's basically saying, I hate being grown up because of all the responsibilities I have. And it's great being 13, but this is a point in time where my people actually need me. And my people are more important than my own happiness. And in return, the candy people are like, you know what? In a sense, like, our body is worth more than what the crap, you know, is the town is going through.
The blood of gum compels you.
Well, think about it. Let's even do it by nowadays standards. Let's say some town, any town, is going through some crisis, and the only way for this town to survive is for people to literally cut off a chunk of their flesh and give it to the mayor or whatever. How many people do you think would actually willingly give up that and go through pain for something like that?
I don't think the candy people go through pain, though. Okay, but that was when we got that special spicy stuff.
Oh, so just their eyes hurt. And didn't you see the one who literally broke off this part of his face?
I know.
But they were still smiling.
I know,
Because they were happy to help. They didn't want to be in the dungeon for 1,000,000 years. Think about it.
Although I'm kind of sad. I wish we could see more lemon. Tell me there's more lemon grab.
There's more lemon grab?
Is there really, or are you just saying that?
I'll say this.
Okay. 2.
That's what I'll say. Can mean numerous things.
Does that mean Lemon Grab the sequel?
Oh, God.
Actually, it'd be more like this. It'd be like this, then this, then this, then like that. Never mind.
Oh, that was. Not
Well, thanks for
okay.
clarifying that.
You're welcome.
No,
No.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
I was just gonna say, I really like the episode. I like her at that age, and even if they did have to go back to her being older, like, I would understand, especially because it sounds like they got a different voice actress, but maybe they just sped up the voice. But it sounded like a real little kid.
Yeah, it did.
And I will say in this episode, though, I did understand more, because I was always sort of like, she's 18? Like, she didn't act like she was 18, but, like, when she switches back and she's, like, double his height, it is sort of like, oh yeah, maybe I'm seeing now more why this is, like, really awkward and stuff, because it's, like I said, that the age is really cemented in that one image. It's like, oh yeah, okay, because you just sort of assume, like, she's tall and Finn's short or something, but it's like, no, like, she actually is older. And that would be a little weird, yeah, just like, 'cause, yeah, that is a big difference age-wise, 18 and 13. Which is why I think, Amelia and 13, Marceline and Finn would just go better, I'm just saying. Now that, she's 18 and too old, I just think Amelia, it's such an age gap that it's like, it's so far that it actually sort of comes around again to being okay. So that's my theory on that.
I agree.
They did stuff. It's like I just
agree.
really miss it because it's like I like the science nerd aspect. Like that's kind of fun, with the bubblegum character. And sometimes she can have a good line, but it's like she's mostly just kind of a bore. Where like I said, where Marceline and Finn would do stuff, and have fun and go on adventures and stuff. And it's like that's fun. And here, like she was starting to do that because she was. I guess more of a little kid. I get what you're saying, too, about, like, the responsibility of running the kingdom. And it's like, I got the idea, but it's so signifying why it's just not fun. But maybe, I know it's like the idea, too. Drama, that's part of it, but I don't know.
Well, and two, if you think about it, she had to be 18 because if she stayed 13, her and Finn would be boyfriend and girlfriend. For real. All right, what do boyfriend and girlfriend usually do? They spend all their time together. So where would adventure time come from? There wouldn't be many adventures.
Sure, she would just go on the adventures with them.
They would always be in the Candy Kingdom, doing silly little 13-year-old pranks.
I don't know, some cool stuff. There's like the first one was like a zombie episode with zombie candy. That can still be fun.
She was 18. Remember, we're talking about if she stayed 13. She had to turn 18 so that...
I think we're putting way too much logic in a show about candy people.
I just want to say this. I find it very interesting. When Peebles goes a little bit bonkers and like does something bizarre or weird, people instantly go like, she's a bitch, or what the hell's wrong with her, this, that, and anything. But Marceline can literally do whatever she wants, turn into a giant demon and beat the hell out of Finn and or Jake. And it's acceptable.
Well, because it's part of the character.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what Marceline is. When Bubblegum, who you see specifically in this episode saying how much she hates being 18 and having to consistently rule over this kingdom, flips out. It's like, oh, she's just a bitch. Well,
no,
maybe she's getting out some of that pent-up rage or some of that anger that she has to hold in.
Okay, hold on. If that's the case, they could show that better.
No.
No. And honestly, when she went nuts, I'd actually find the character more fun if she went crazy more often, honestly. No, like, I'm fine with that. My problem is that she's way too, like, sort of the typical pretty princess, bland, not interesting and stuff like that. Like I said, with the exception of the science aspect, I like that. I like the geek aspect. But yeah, everything else is just too... safe and bland, and when she was going nuts, I was actually kind of excited, like, oh wow, is this going to be, like, just sort of a thing with her? Like, she just goes insane, or that one episode where she was, like, she was, like, trapping the Ice King, or whatever, like, there's this, you're like, oh my gosh, there's just, like, this crazy psychotic working under this, but then that was kind of explained. It's like, I was actually liking that angle more, if they went more with that. But... I don't know. She's not awful. I mean, because it's like you kind of see she does level out the, the fact that Finn is just so, I don't want to say brainless, but like with his violence, but that, he does need that sensitive side to sort of like level him out sometimes, which we've seen her do in other episodes.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, I don't know. It seemed like it still leveled him out in this episode, like the emotional side with her, and they got along better. It just seems so much better. I was really getting excited because I'm like, man, these episodes are going to be so much more fun with her at this age.
Okay, all I'm going to say is this, and then I will be done. They're both 13. How did they solve the situation?
By pranking.
And did that solve the situation
Of course
in any way,
not.
shape, or... So how exciting would that have been for two idiots to run around and rule the kingdom, or kind of rule the kingdom? Oh wait, they couldn't because they were already thrown in jail like halfway through the episode. And they were actually in jail.
It's an episode where a dog can
Detention.
change into anything. That's the show.
But that's what I'm saying, is that I think if it was just a 13-year-olds...
If she's ruling the kingdom, where the hell's the king or queen?
I actually...
Why don't they do their job?
I love the fact that they take bubblegum and they turn her into a kid, and that's all they do. They don't go down all of a sudden the adult route when things start getting serious, quote unquote. They still stick to that angle of, oh, we can deal with this by pranking him. Oh, okay, that prank didn't work. What can we do? Oh, people are thrown in jail for 17 years? We'll prank them harder. Like, they don't actually try to solve the situation.
Well, I mean, she eventually does.
Well,
but,
yeah.
But, again, yeah, you can sort of be like, well, she has both sort of having been 18 and now being 13. Yeah, it sort of makes sense. She could balance that out more, you know, like maybe
That's
she
why
could
we
have
have
been the 13,
Lemongrab.
the 18.
I feel like her first order of business, not that she's back to being 18, is to fix Lemongrab in case something happens again. If he's
Fix him how?
well, I don't know.
We don't know
There's gotta be
candyology.
something.
Oh, you'll learn.
There has to be
okay,
something she can do.
You will actually learn.
Oh my god.
Candyology. We got some insight in terms of how to add age, but yeah. So no, it is a good episode. I liked seeing her that age, and I understand what they're doing at the end, and it does work enough, you know, that she should be back to the age and stuff. But when you see like I don't know. Honestly, when she started broken off, I was kind of like, yeah, and stay this time, stay broken up, and then you see like he's gonna go back, and it's like, ah. So, I don't know. I don't hate it. I just feel like there's more fun to be had somewhere else if you gave him, like, a different girlfriend. Like, I see the problem with, honestly, as much as I say how cool it'd be with him and Marceline hooking up, like, I do see the problem with it, but it'd just be more fun. It's just, it's like one side is like, you know, no, this is what the character needs and deserves. On the other hand, I'm like, just entertainment. So, it's tough to say, but, no, still good episode. Closing thoughts.
I want more Lemongrab. I don't know what it is. You're absolutely right. He should really be the most annoying damn thing, and I know he's supposed to be really annoying, but anytime he starts opening his mouth and whining, I crack the hell up.
Yeah,
I
there's
can't.
something
There's something about the way he does it. I think it's even the animation of his face along with the whining where
Yeah, I mean,
I can't get over him.
Even the build-up of him just going. I mean, it's just so much frustration that he can't keep bottled. I don't know. Maybe that's it. You can understand.
That's true. We all have a Lemongrab inside our little brains.
Yeah, there's just something about the way he expresses it and they build it up and stuff that's very effective. So, how about you?
Share with the class.
Oh, I already shared my thoughts. I don't care.
Fine.
You're not high pitched and like annoying enough yet.
I will take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna leave before I get kicked out.
Oh, in your face.
You're grounded.
Oh, no!
Damn it.
You're grounded.
Yes, ma'am.
2 weeks dungeon, both of you. I rule. Oh, the next episode is The Monster, by the way. That's my segue.